Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. That's Peanut. This is Daryl. Coco's over there doing Coco shit. I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on for a few days. I think in the last video you saw that my radiator was a little smoked and I scored one off Amazon for like 90 bucks. They went up to 130 now, but they're at least back in stock. Excuse me. So my top plate doesn't fit, and I don't know that I'm gonna do anything about it at all. The hoses kind of hold it there. I will show you guys real quick. Oh, I don't know. The hoses on this truck, I've shown it before, they're just stock hoses. Like, this is a stock square body hose on the old radiator that's a little bit trimmed. And this is a stock LS Silverado hose that's a little bit trimmed. I had a guy, he was kind of a dick, but for the life of him he couldn't figure out like how to do that, make it work, and insisted I was a liar. It was kind of hilarious to me. But anyway, I did want to actually mount my intercooler. So there's my core support middle brace. I blew these out on the plasma cutter real quick for no real reason other than I can, and they kind of fit around. This is backwards, but you get the idea. They fit around like that. So I put the core support, the brace back in, center support, whatever it's called. Put that back in, find my height, tack them on, pull it off, weld it up, and bolt my intercooler back in, and then it'll be secured. This little flap right here is actually meant to be bent down to hold that transmission cooler. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. And yeah, I'll pull these plugs off this radiator and get some fluid in it. You know, nothing but the best here. Nothing but the best. Super tack. And maybe I'll think about what I want to do with the fan. It's still a little cool out. It's like 45. I don't really need the fan today, but I have fan options over there. So if I get that far, I'll think about it today. I'll bring you guys back in a minute. All right, so I have my bottom plate tacked on here to the core support. This is bolted up at the bottom. The top plate doesn't fit, and that's okay. That's how she goes sometimes. This is flimsier than I would like. This is 14 gauge. So I might use the top plate on the bottom to try to straighten it out. I'm also going to fix this. The straighter this stuff is, the better shot you have at keeping all the clamps on. So I might need to... All right, so I have this back. It's welded up. It actually turned out fairly sturdy. I used what I was going to use for the top plate as a doubler, and then I cut that thing off where I thought I was going to mount my trans cooler because it wasn't going to work. It did actually line up with the bolts from my old top plate, so that was handy. I feel like people don't really take into account the amount of time that, like, I'm into this for about 4 hours right now. And I know that a lot of people like to do a complete 3D model of their truck before they turn a wrench. I'm not one of those guys. I kind of fabricate as I go, right? This doesn't work. Plan B, plan C, whatever. But yeah, it takes a long time to do this kind of work. And so when your buddy tells you just slap an LS in it and just slap a turbo on it, and then you get overwhelmed and you go to a shop and you're like, how much? And they're like, $1 billion. It's a lot of hours of labor. So I'm gonna clean that up, wipe it off, and rattle can it black, put it back, spray it black and put it back. I'm gonna work on, I don't really know what I want to do here. I'm probably gonna just mount the Caravan radiator I already had back up. That was working fine before, it'll work fine now. So I'll cut those zip ties and zip tie it back up here, and then tie the whole thing probably to the trans cooler just to kind of keep it a little bit sturdy. But yeah, progress is being made. I do need to figure out these intercooler tubes. Like I said, I might have to open that up a little bit, because the straighter they are, the better chance you have of not blowing a tube off. So we'll see. I'm going to keep plugging away at it, and I'll bring you guys back. So this is what we're left with. Drop my damn bucket. Sorry about all the noise. But yeah, pipes straighter. I really gave them the business this time when I ran them down, because it's a little more permanent installation. I got my valance, or whatever the F this thing's called, mostly on. This fender's, that fender don't even belong on a truck, but whatever. If you were doing this and you wanted to do like a stealthier, you could fog this black, but I have a fender exit. So also in this town, like if you have anything more than a Silverado with a muffler cut off, you win. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to see how it all goes together. I don't really know why I brought this so far forward, but hindsight's always 20/20, right? That could have just been straight across, but whatever. Say what you will, as Fastway says. I'm gonna throw the grill back on here. And by the way, Daryl's a 79, and I often say whatever year I feel like, but it's a 1979 truck. And I have a 79 grill for it, which this center support sticks out from 75 on. 73 and 74 have a drop center, and then it's like a cooler, deeper looking grill. But obviously I'd have difficulty getting an intercooler in there, so I'm cool with this. But I don't really like my headlight surrounds, because mine go all the 79 and 80 go all the way down and cover up the marker. So I have some 73, 74 ones that came with the truck, and they're all ratty. And I think I'm just gonna fog them black real quick and throw them on here. I'm not really going for the murdered out look, but you know, I can powder coat them, whatever. I can't really do chrome. People always ask if I can powder coat chrome. Not exactly, but I can do something. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna throw the front back together. I'll bring you guys back, show you what it all looks like together. I'll fix that, and we'll be ready to go. Oh, the radiator's in too, by the way. I didn't make a top plate. I didn't really seem to need one, but I'm not messing with the fan today. That's a problem for another day. I'll bring you guys back when the front's buttoned up though. All right, not too bad. And all the tarps behind there, looks like the 73, 74 bezels do fit. I'll have to powder coat them, figure out what color I want them. Like I said, chrome's kind of hard to do. I know that you've seen on the internet that you can. It doesn't come out looking like chrome. It's close, but it's not the same, and it might not matter without anything else there. I don't know. I guess my oven's big enough to do the trim top and bottom too. But yeah, I dig the 73, 74 bezels on it. I have to get a grill emblem, or print a grill emblem, but and of course work on the real doors and the right fender and all that crap. But that wraps up the intercooler. So I don't know, I'm probably driving around like this all year, and I'll fix these vent windows. I'm tired of it getting rained in. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time on The Driveway Engineer.